people about audio, but that's because there's no audio right now. Just be careful, remember to hit end slideshow. Good evening. So we're going to be starting in about 3 to 4 minutes. First thing though, there's a lot of people here and I really appreciate everybody being here. But for the safety of everybody and us and everybody of all of you, we need to make sure that we have a corridor open so that way we have an exit not blocked. So this is just the safety procedures for everybody here. And I'll go over that in about 2 minutes. So that way we all are knowing what our safety procedures are, and then we'll go ahead and proceed with our town hall meeting. Okay? Good evening. Good evening. Thank you for coming to the public meeting here at the Ridgecrest community meeting over for the Crest incident. First off, we're going to go over a little bit of the safety procedures here in this building. This is not to worry you or anything like that. I do want to make sure that everybody is safe in case if we have another situation. Knock on wood, we do not have that, and Mother Nature is going with us and keeping us safe out of everything else. So, number one, exiting. Our first exit is over here right behind you on my right, your left. We do have Kern County Sheriff's Department right there. They are going to be the ones with their hands in the air in case something happens. Everybody please stand up, and then we'll go out in a nice orderly fashion. We don't want anybody rushing, dumping chairs over the ground and tripping people. Please go in an orderly fashion. On my left, your right, there's another exit right there. We'll have another Sheriff's Department right there with their hands up, escorting you where to go. The third one is on our left. You're continuing, you're my left, your right. We have SO on that side. They will be escorting you on there. We also have exiting right here, but our panel will be exiting that end along with people on the side right here. So again, if we have an exit corridor that we can keep open as much as we can, I know it's pretty tight in here, but please, we need to make sure that we are safe in case something happens. Okay, so now that's out of the way. So good evening. My name is Anthony Romero. I am the Public Information Officer for the Crest incident and captain with the Kern County Fire Department. Number one, I appreciate you all being here on this situation. I know this has been a long week, and some mental portions of it is very long. Today we do have some speakers here from the Ridgecrest Police Department. We also have speakers here from the Kern County Fire Department. We have the Naval Base speaker here. A representative from the San Bernardino PIO will be here. Cal OES PIO. We also have Red Cross PIO. We have VOD and Marley's Mutts here to talk about any type of stress relief, including the Kern Behavioral Health. We have representatives from the Kern County Supervisor's District 1's office. We have Assemblyman Fong here. Representative from Shannon Grove's office, Congressman McCarthy's representative, and lastly, we'll have our mayor to speak to close out the session. Again, thank you again for coming over. On 7/4/19, the city of Ridgecrest experienced a magnitude of a 6.4 earthquake that opened up the eyes of this community. The very next day, a magnitude of a 7.1 hit and then terrified the community. The city of Ridgecrest and Kern County Fire Department immediately went into action and started checking on the community and the infrastructures. With those incidents that happened, the Kern County Emergency Communications Center took in a call volume which exceeded over 1,000 calls within those days. Ridgecrest Police Department received 911. Their system immediately dropped. It went down. Kern County ECC took over the calls. Within that call, they took over all 911, non-911 calls, all 911 calls. Ridgecrest PD worked hard trying to get this system back up to speed. With those numbers that called to our Kern County Emergency Center, we had over 2,956 calls from January 1st through the 4th for 911. We had over 2,266 calls for non-911 calls. Outbound calls that were going out were 2,845. From July 4th through July 6th, Ridgecrest Police Department we are looking into recovering the city of Ridgecrest. That is our time now. The incident that happened before, now we're in the recovery mode. We will have our speakers speak on our courses of actions to get the community back up and running and to provide a safe atmosphere. So our first speaker today that I'd like to have come up is from the Ridgecrest Police Department, Chief Jed McLaughlin.
Easy, ladies. Yeah, yeah. I had to have him up here. It's not for you, it's for me. He's been with me the whole time, and I owe him a huge gratitude, so that's why he's right here. So this guy's awesome. So where do we go from here? This has been, I know, a difficult time for each and every one of you. It had to be. It was a difficult time for myself, my family, each and every one of the officers standing around this room, their families. So I know that it was a difficult time for each one of you. So we've done what we can do to protect you from the criminal element, and I think we've done a good job in doing that. Sorry for the words, but we had an idiot come in from out of town and take something from one of ours that wasn't his. We'll catch him. We had one last night that decided they were going to take something. We got the property back. We'll catch that one. So in two major incidents, not bad. The men and women wearing the different colored uniforms, it doesn't matter what color we wear. They were here to protect each and every one of you. They will continue to do so until we can do it on our own. And so just know that the dedicated men and women around this room wearing whatever color that they're wearing are here for you still. And they will be until we no longer need them to help us. So that will continue. And that will continue, and we will scale it as we need to. And I thank each and every agency that has come to help us, to help our community. I want to thank the fire departments that came, especially our own. Can you stand different? Yeah, thank you. There you go. The Kern County Fire Department, what an amazing group of men and women. Sitting in a room with these guys, many of them, for days on end. Many times I'm sure that room smelled because we didn't shower for quite some time, but these guys are a great group of guys. The Cal OES guys were in that same room with us, and if I forget somebody, I apologize, but just know that I'm thinking of you guys. We had fire departments from all over the place here. Strike teams here that consist of 29 people that brought resources that, just in case something drastic and devastating were to happen, so that those tools were here to get our people out of that situation as quickly as possible to save as many lives as possible should that occur. So the resources that we brought in here for the preparation of something bigger was to come was amazing. And to watch that system occur and to be a part of that, be that small part of it, was just incredible. So to the fire departments, to Kern County Fire Department, especially to the group that's working behind the scenes in Bakersfield that you guys don't get to see, from OES to Georgiana Armstrong and her group, Kern County Board of Supervisors over there. There's just so many people to thank that we don't even get to see them. So unless we make them come over here, and we all know that's a one-way road, you know, over there. So Cal OES, they have people over here, over there, over here. So just amazing. So we need to give those people just our gratitude. And I know you guys are probably sick of seeing me, but you know, this is important for our community to know who was involved in this. And I know you saw the cars, the amount of law enforcement presence from all the different agencies around the county, our California Highway Patrol. When the governor was here the other day, and I was jokingly with the commissioner of the Highway Patrol, I was like, yeah, look out in the lobby and there's like 100 of them. No, there was 68, but so it was literally the amount of people that got here so quickly was incredible. From the political standpoint, all of the politicians that were involved in helping us through this whole process, the calls that were made to make everything happen and get here was just incredible. From getting calls from the White House, I thought somebody was punking me, but from Vince Fong's office to everybody, the governor's office to Senator Grove's office to Kevin McCarthy's office. It's just been incredible, the assistance that we were offered, and you know what? We took it. We took it, and you know what? I don't care that we took it, because you know what? We were prepared for it. And if it were to happen right now, we're prepared. So we'll scale back when we need to. And as we can see, those thought after the 6-4 that it was done, but I guess God said it wasn't, so he wanted to give us something else. So where do we go from here? Well, let's try to start recovering now. And so now it's our job to not only protect you, but now try to help you to get back to some normal way of life. So now my job is to see how I can do that to get you back to being okay with going back into your house, being okay with going back inside a building, being okay going back to work. So all of these people up here are here for you today, to get you there, to get you know that it's safe to go back in that building. Know that, look, I'm glad that you thought it was safe to be able to sleep out in your front yard, sleep in your car. That makes me feel good that you had your faith in us that you could do that. But now I need you to get back in your house. Okay? Sorry, but, you know. But not only that, for your own safety, but now I'm concerned about where we're at inside. PTSD is a real thing. And we're all suffering from it right now. Whether you think you're not, you we are. So we have teams coming in that will help us with that. And it doesn't make, there will be no judgment, and it doesn't matter about talking to somebody and getting that extra push to get some help and get back to our normal way of life and our normal community. So please utilize what we're bringing in for us to make us a better community. So we also need to know what has happened to your property, so we can better help you and to see what other further assistance we can get you with So we've set up an email account. It's called quakedamage@ridgecrest-ca.gov. You don't have to remember this. I'll tell you later. We want you to email the city with what has happened to your property. Or if you're not comfortable with email, we've also set up a hotline, and that number is 760-499-5083, where you can call in and talk to somebody and tell them what's wrong, what has happened to your house or property, and they will be able to tell you what services, and our Public Works Director, Bard, will be up here later to tell you what they're going to be offering as far as inspections, should you need that to feel safe to go back into your home. Now, on some positive notes, the hospital is 100% back open for business, so that's awesome. We got a report from the airport this morning, and the number of aircraft that they have serviced the past few days was huge. This thing was, is Caesar in here? What's going on with this? Was huge. The number of media aircraft that they serviced was incredible, not to mention the aircraft that were brought in to support you. Most of you probably didn't know that on the ground out there were 2 Black Hawk helicopters if needed for rescue at any time. Then after the 7-1, those aircraft were later used, I believe, for checking the faults that for the see what happened. The earth shook, so. The other thing that we're going to do, that we're going to work with Kern County and Cal OES in the coming days, there'll be a local assistance center. It will probably be right here at the Kerr-McGee Center, and that will have several groups in there available to you, and it will be various groups from insurance to contractors board to various groups that anything you need, you can come in there and ask them how you can get something to fix your property, or from emotional wellness to insurance to whatever the case may be. It will be here and located at that center. So we will definitely get that out, put out the word, definitely on the PD's Facebook page, which each and every one of you should be on by now. And we will also put it over the radio and any other services, and I'm sure the school district would also push it for us. So, and we'll ask the base too as well. So I know you guys have probably heard this if you've watched the news lately. This is our time for preparation now for the next one. So please prepare. I'm horrible at that myself. None of us were probably prepared for this. Maybe a couple people, Oberfell. So water, have supplies, and the rule is at least 72 hours, because sometimes it might take us 72 hours to get to you. It depends on how bad it is. So he's looking at me through the side of his eyes, so I'm probably talking too much. Thank you, and if you need anything from us, you'll know we'll be there, and make sure that you thank the emergency service personnel, and they did an awesome job.
Thank you, Chief. So just to kind of go along a little bit that I didn't get to touch on, we are going to have questions and answers. So basically what's going to happen is the question and answers is for you. Anybody from the public, it's for you. Media portions for questions and answers will be on a one-on-one basis after the meeting. So the way that's going to work once we're done is we'll have one person with a microphone. Whenever you want to answer a question, please raise your hand. We'll get to you. And then after that, you'll go ahead and answer your question, and whichever panel right here that's going to be able to answer will answer for you. We won't take a lot of it, but we'll answer as much as we can. And then after that, we'll have a one-on-one basis, and you can talk to everybody on a one-on-one deal. Okay. Our second speaker is Battalion Chief Desaniel Mitchell, and from Kern County Fire Department.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for coming. I appreciate that you guys are here today. I know the people of Ridgecrest care about their city, and we love that you guys give us so much support. I know the fire department's spoiled with you guys. You guys treat us very well, and it's just an honor and a privilege to serve the city of Ridgecrest. We have a great relationship with the city of Ridgecrest, and we know we're loved out here, and we appreciate the public every time we're on our incidents. Showing us that love, that gratitude. I know we were challenged on 7-5 with that 7-1, and our guys and gals were out there to serve you guys, respond to emergencies, and on that evening, I know our guys stepped up. I know it was very anxious for you. There's a lot of uncertainty. I know that people are on edge. We don't exactly, know when is the next one going to happen. I would say that the Kern County Fire Department, we're prepared. We're ready to respond. We have transitioned our resources back into its normal operating status. We also have some standing by resources just in case something else happens to pop up. But I want the public to know that our guys and gals the night responded. They were challenged. And we were faced with a situation that was very dynamic and evolving. Part of that was stressful as well for us, not only for you guys, but at the same time, I do want to say that it's very rewarding in the aspect of when you get to see a department respond to an incident challenged with natural disaster-like capabilities, and then watch that department and its supporting entities come together and then ultimately help you gentlemen in the process. I want to thank the city of Ridgecrest department, the chief. It was great working with him and his staff. I know this, your police chief, law enforcement out here, they did a great job responding, also assisting with our operation in the fire service. I'd like to thank OES. OES is very important in our op out here. We had great support from mutual aid for local contract counties and also Office of Emergency Services. It wasn't a one-man or one-woman job. We depended heavily upon the assistance of others. So now, moving forward, we're starting to release those resources, trying to return to a state back of normalcy. I know that's kind of difficult. The type of aftershocks we've been having, but I know that this city has done a great job at also providing a lot of local services for you. You're going to hear of opportunities for you guys to capitalize on that. I would hope that you guys would utilize those services. It's for you. It's to assist you to get back to a state of normalcy and feeling better and more confident in what life has to hold. I would say that I think we have a lot of things to be grateful for. I know this was a pretty tremendously difficult situation, but I would say that a lot of great things happened, and I think there's a lot of things to be thankful for. We do have a system set up so we can hopefully get your houses, your personal items and those restored, get you guys back into your houses, get you to a state of being inside, like the chief had stated, and back to a place of feeling comfortable again, because I know everyone's on edge. A lot of great people are going to talk about their certain services for you. I hope you guys take it upon it to capitalize on that. The plan moving forward for Kern County Fire is we're ready to respond. We've been ready to respond since the start of the incident, and as forth If you need us, our guys will respond as always. We love the city of Ridgecrest. We're ready to go, and our guys will step up to any situation we are presented with. Moving forward, I would say that I know that this was a traumatic event. We do have behavioral health and those types of support here for you. Not only do people suffer minor physical injuries, but it is a behavioral side to this. So I hope you guys take advantage of that. Talk if you need to. That assists with the recovery process of getting through this and moving on. I wanted to say it's an honor and a privilege to have been working on this incident. This is my home battalion. I take pride in this place. I know every man and woman who works for the Kern County Fire Department wants to do our best to make sure you guys are protected and safe. So as someone who works here almost every shift I'm here I work, I take pride in this place. I appreciate the city, and I know Kern County Fire Department will do its best in making sure you guys are protected moving forward. So if you ever need anything else from us, you know how to get a hold of us, and ultimately, call 911. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Next would be Helen Hayes from the Naval Base.
Hello everyone, I'm Helen Hazy from Naval Air Weapons Station, China Lake. Unfortunately, the commanding officer of the base, Captain Dale, was not able to be here. He wished. He does appreciate the opportunity to be with the community and address any concerns. But at this point, the reconstitution and
I apologize for the casual appearance. I shave and wear a suit tomorrow, I promise, but it was about a 2.5 hour drive. I found out about the meeting about 2.5 hours in advance. I figured the priority should be to get in the car and start moving, so thank you. First, I want to thank the good people of Kern County and City of Ridgecrest for putting this together. This is great. They've been great neighbors, and we are thankful for that. It's good to see so many people here. And how many folks do we have here from the Trona area, the Trona Valley? Okay, good, folks. Good to see you coming out. Our priority since this event happened has been to try to meet the vital needs of the community as best we can, focusing on getting life as close to normal again as we can. I understand it's after one of these events, you can't help but feel a little isolated, especially when you're a couple hundred miles from the county seat. Thank you, Chief. All right, thank you, Chief. Anyways, but be assured, in the county seat or emergency operations center, there are people who are literally working around the clock. I know because the other night I stayed up all night watching them to make sure they were working around the clock, to find out what's going on in the community, to direct resources to the community, and get those needs met. I understand we've been doing a lot of road work out there. I think we might have one road closure left in the community. And some of those roads aren't quite what they used to be, but at least they're passable, which is good news, especially for those of you who rely on getting to Ridgecrest for a lot of your services. We have been bringing a lot of bottled water into the community. As you know, that the community is under a boil water only order because the water system is down. We don't have information on when the water system will be back up. We understand the damage is extensive. It's going to take some time, and then even after that, you're going to have to boil water for a little bit longer until the pipes flush through. But as long as it's necessary, we will be bringing a lot of bottled water into the community, making it available to people. We have a distribution center at Trona High School that's open from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Where we are distributing that water to everyone who needs it. I'd like to thank people who are donating water. We are getting so many water donations. It's just been amazing, in addition to the water the county is buying on our own. Also, at that distribution center, I'm not sure if it started today, but if not, it will start tomorrow. We will have counselors on hand. As the chief said, there is no way to go through what all of you have gone through without feeling a little bit different than you did before. Unfortunately, in San Bernardino County, we have a lot of experience dealing with disasters. This is the first big quake that we've had, at least in the time that I've been with the county, but we have a lot of fires. We, of course, had a terrorist attack a few years ago. Unfortunately, we see people more often than we want to who have been through something like this. And there is one thing these events have in common, and that is you don't quite feel like yourself for a while. And there's nothing wrong with that. So there will be counselors at the distribution center. Please talk to someone if you're not quite feeling the way that you should. That's what they're there for. They're professionals, and sometimes the best thing to do is talk. I understand the American Red Cross was also at the high school at the distribution center with some food today, and we're hoping that that continues. Now, as far as other news, I have that. We understand that a lot of people in Trona rely on services here in Ridgecrest for their daily lives, shopping, things like that. During this disaster, for those of you who have been displaced, who need meals, the American Red Cross Evacuation Center is here in Ridgecrest, which, when you're feeling out of sorts, might seem like a long way away. Starting tomorrow, we have arranged for daily free transportation for those of you who can't get here easily, who don't have friends who can take you. Thank you. I am really glad now that I made sure that they got this fixed before 4 o'clock today. Didn't want to get up here without that. So beginning tomorrow at 10 in the morning, there will be daily shuttle service from the high school to Ridgecrest for people who need to get here in town to visit the evacuation center. That's an example. One thing that is common for every incident that we have in San Bernardino County, and as I've said in my 20 years with the county's PIO, we have had a lot. No matter how much we think the next one's going to be like the last one, no matter how much we think we've learned, we always encounter things we haven't encountered before, needs that we did not anticipate. And we pride ourselves on jumping on those right away. Of course, learning from those for the next time doesn't help you today. But we want you to know that we are listening. If there are needs, we need to hear about them. We need to hear from you. It has been great. A lot of people have been messaging us on our Facebook page, County of San Bernardino. Do not hesitate to do that. If I'm not watching it 24/7, Police Cardona, the deputy PIO, is on there 24/7. As a matter of fact, she usually beats me in responding to Facebook posts. We're also on Twitter, and I know social media is not the answer for everyone, especially in Trona. I understand connectivity is not the greatest out there. I understand the signal is not the greatest. I understand a lot of people don't have time for that social media monkey business. And that's fine. It's America, do what you want. But that is the best way for us to get out information. If you are on social media, we are updating it constantly. Lisa was just updating it right now while we were standing here as we were getting new information from our Emergency Operations Center on services. So if you don't have social media, you don't want to be bothered with that, you probably know someone who does. Before the earthquake, it was that person walking around looking at their phone all the time, and you thought, isn't that ridiculous? That's the person, if you don't have social media, that's the person who's going to know first what's going on and what's available to you. Now, if there are still needs that aren't being met, we do want to hear about them. You don't have to own a computer or have the internet or have internet service. Call us, 909-356-3998. That's the number directly into our Emergency Operations Center. As I mentioned, there are a team of people there, probably about 40 people at any one time, around the clock, 24/7, who want to know what you need, and they want to get out there and deliver it to you. I don't think there's anything I'm leaving out, but if there is, I will be here later. Lisa will be here later. She writes faster than I do. And, you know, we want to come back to San Bernardino with a list of things that you need so we can get them addressed. I just want to end by thanking all of you for your bravery and for your teamwork. I spent the better part of the day yesterday in Trona, and it was amazing how that community had come together, how I saw people helping each other. I could feel that even when there isn't a disaster, before there was an earthquake, Trona is very much a team. And that, more than anything else, is what is going to get you through all this. We're going to do what we can. We're going to do our job. But it was great to see the teamwork. It was very heartwarming. Supervisor Robert Lovingood was there yesterday. So was our Chief Executive Officer Gary McBride. We'll continue to be present in Trona, and even when we aren't there, we're listening and we're here to meet your needs. So thank you again for being here.
Thank you. The next speaker would be Callaway SPIO, Terry Marhado.
Good afternoon. My name is Terry Maharado. I am the Emergency Services Coordinator for southern part of Region 5, which includes Kern County. First of all, I want to thank you for welcoming me into your community and getting the opportunity to speak with you for a few minutes. As the chief said earlier, we've now are phasing out of our response phase and rolling into our recovery phase. While I apologize, I don't have any specifics on the different programs that we will be rolling out here in Kern County, primarily here in Ridgecrest. They are coming. What I can do is please encourage you, the chief spoke about it earlier, to call the city at the 760-499-5083 or utilize the email at quakedamage@ridgecrest-ca.gov. This is the best way that the city and then in turn the county and the state who need the information for the residents of Kern County and Ridgecrest who have damages to your home. So please utilize those two entities and get us the information so we can start the recovery process rolling. Again, I just want to reiterate, I know the governor has been out here. Mark Giraducci, our director of Cal OES, has been out here, and California is committed to helping the residents of the communities that have been affected by the earthquakes. But again, now's a good time to sit down your children, your family members, make a plan. Make sure you have your maintenance medication that you're going to need. Make sure you have a supply. Everybody needs a go kit that if it happens to be an emergency that you're able to get out with your family, that you have the necessary items with you or have stored at your home. As the chief said, 72 hours worth of water, 72 hours worth of food, and don't forget our pets. Sometimes we forget that we need to have those items for our pets also. We think of our children, we think of people with access and functional needs or elderly that are in our homes, but please also remember the pets. Also, for those of you who live here in Kern County, please sign up for emergency alerts. Kern County has a wonderful program. It's called Ready Kern. You can either Google Ready Kern, and I tested it right before I came tonight. The first line that you'll click on under Google is kerncountyfire.org, and it will show you right there step by step. You can register and set up all your parameters on how you would like to be alerted, or you don't actually have to register a part of the program to sign up for the alerts. But I greatly encourage you to do that. You will be one of the first people that are notified when emergencies are happening or directly after and what steps that you need to take. And then again, Cal OES, we have a YouTube page, we have Facebook, we have Twitter. On there, if you utilize any of those social media or video references, there are videos on how to be safe during earthquakes. We have quite a few items on wildfires, so I really encourage you, for those of you who have access to the internet, both check Kern County, your city of Ridgecrest, and then of course Cal OES to get any up-to-date information or hints on how you can prepare yourself and your family before, during, and after emergencies. Thank you.
Thank you. The Public Works Director, Bard Lauer.
Good evening. My name is Bard Lauer. I'm your Public Works Director for the City of Ridgecrest. What I wanted to talk a little bit about is what Public Works has been doing for you since the first two events. After the first earthquake, can you hear me, or do I need to? Is that better? All right, so I'll even lean in a little bit. How about that? Okay. So what we've been doing since the first quake is we've been out looking at roads. We looked all the arterials. After the 6.4, we were shocked. There was little damage that wasn't there before the quake. After the 7.1, though, we pulled in enough employees. We drove every single road in town. We looked at every road. We documented all the concrete damage. So we wanted to make sure that you were safe and could get where you needed to go. We were out after the first one, like I said, until 1 in the morning or so driving, and then we went back and looked at it in the daylight to make sure we didn't miss anything. Since then, we opened up a program for you to call in if you were worried about the condition of your house. Now, we're not saying, come look at my house, I want to know if it's okay. We're saying, look at your house, see if there's cracks that worry you, see if the roof looks out of kilter, give us some idea when you call so we know what to ask questions about, all right? Because what we'll ask you is, are the cracks offset, all right? So in other words, if they're flat across, quite often you're okay. If they're hairline, if they're paper width, again, you're quite often okay. But another thing would be the trailers that are completely off the jacks. Now, yeah, those we need to come look at, all right? So, but please have a look at it. I mean, we've had calls from out of town. Well, my mom's house is there. Can you go look? Well, no. Call a neighbor, have the son come over and take a look at the house, and then tell us what you see. And then we'll decide if we need to come over so that we can spend the time on houses we know we need to look at. Right? I mean, yeah, okay. So the chief talked about the new item where you can email in. They've mentioned the email address twice, okay? So, and it's in the press release, and it's on the police's, Facebook page. So you can find it there. Please use that one. Tell us what damage there is in your house. Now, I don't care on that one whether you tell us it's a hairline crack here and there, whatever. We need to know about all the damage when you send something in on the email page, all right? That's good, because then we can keep track of all the damage, put together a better assessment for Cal OES, all right? However, if you're using an email and you are worried about your house, include in the text that you'd like somebody to call you to come out and do an inspection. We'll do an evaluation over the phone, and we won't set up an appointment, because what we'll do is we'll rate it by priority, but you will be called before we do come out and do it. Does that make sense what I'm saying? All right. If you don't do emails, there's a phone number in the same places that the email address was. You're welcome to call. If you're incredibly worried, okay, I mean, like the side of the house has collapsed a little bit. You have a loose chimney, okay, that's a good one, okay, that could fall in your neighbor's house. Those are worth calling about and emailing about, okay? Do both. That way we'll get it for sure, all right, fairly soon. One of the things we've been doing today is the Cal OES group. Well, let's start back. When we first started that program, we had a bunch of inspectors come in from the county. Building inspectors, we want to send a special thank you out to all of them that have been up here away from their families. That's great. Many of them are Cal OES safety people, which is great. We had the Cal OES guys that come in and determine damages come up today. There was a group that went out with the schools. There was a group that went up to the college. And there's a group that came with us to look at damage to our roads, which there really weren't many, and to go out and look at the wastewater plant. Now, how many of you had any trouble flushing the toilet? Not a one of you, right? That's because the wastewater plant has worked the entire time. We've had an employee in particular that's been out there every single day making sure it's working. We had a couple of blown pipes to begin with. The Navy's been really good when the water and the power went out to get us water and power back, but we have emergency power so we can stay up and going. I know I'm talking too loud. I'm sorry, guys. I just want to make sure you know. So we're not having any trouble with the wastewater plant, so you're all set there. So at this point in time, I'll stay around. I'll be sitting right down here in the corner afterwards if you want to talk. If all you're asking is for an inspection, please use the email site. But if you just want to ask questions, I'll be around afterwards. Thank you.
Thank you. Up next would be the Red Cross PIO, Mimi Teller.
Thank you, thank you. But truly, I want to thank everybody in Ridgecrest and Trona and the entire Kern County support team and community that's welcomed us. We couldn't do our job if you weren't as welcoming and gracious as you guys have all been. So thank you for letting us serve you. And on that note, we wanted to recognize there's many partners who have supported us through our support of your community. But especially from Kern County, we've had the Victims Relief, the Adventist Disaster Services, and Marley's Mutt. So thank you so much, one of our many partners. So I rolled into town for this cute little 6.4 earthquake late on Friday evening, 2 hours before we had a not-so-cute 7.1. So I was here with my staff, and the shelter was empty. And within an hour, it wasn't so empty. We had people flowing in through the evening, people who were very, very scared, very nervous, and people just looking for a sense of community. And I was happy that we were able to offer, we were all happy we were able to offer that to the community of Ridgecrest. Unfortunately, Trona was cut off initially with the road closures. And as soon as your road closures opened up yesterday, we had Red Cross vehicles prepared and ready to roll into town. Today we had 4 vehicles out there. We were supplying water, cleanup kits, and some snacks. So we will be out back there again tomorrow. And I understand some of you will be coming here for some hot meals. And the registration desk is through that door, so please start there. Once you arrive, we have air conditioning. If anybody needs a place to stay, behind me is our dormitory. We have cots and blankets and hot showers. And we are ADA compliant, so we are welcoming everybody and anybody who needs our support and our services. We also will be providing emotional support. We have our own team members providing these services, and the county has also been providing similar services. So as other folks have mentioned, we have all been through a disaster. Don't underestimate that. It seems disasters happen to other people. This time it's happened to you. And your fear and your concerns are very real. So we're here to support that. Let us help you with it. And lastly, again, to echo what some have said, my friend Terry from Cal OES, prepare. Please let this be a reminder, prepare. Before the events happen, you want to have water, your go kit, a family plan, a plan for your pets. When it happens, duck, cover, hold on. And afterwards, make sure your gas is off, your family is okay, and then turn to the Red Cross if you need to, and your community at large for support. Thank you, everybody, and take care.
Excellent, thank you. So again, this is a little bit long process. We're almost done on this portions with speakers. Everybody that is standing I thank you for your patience on this. I know there's a lot of information in here that we want to get to you. So we want to make sure that you get everything and what you need. Next speaker from Marley's Miracle Mutt, Catherine Mackey.
So Marley's Mutts, Miracle Mutts, have partnered with American Red Cross, and we came out today to play with some kids. We did some arts and crafts today, lots of games, and just to kind of alleviate some of the uneasiness that maybe some of the kids were feeling. We're happy to be here and happy to be a part of helping this community come back together. And so we look forward to helping out your community and also working with American Red Cross. Thank you.
Next up would be Kern Behavioral Health, Ivan Carrasco.
Hello, my name is Ivan Carrasco. I'm with Kern Behavioral Health and Recovery Services, and we have been working with the Red Cross to provide mental health support. As everyone will probably mention and notice, this is a crisis, and you all have done an amazing job with this. I want to say that it's been interesting coming in because you guys don't look as panicked as I felt coming in. And so keep up the good work. I've heard someone say, keep in communication with your neighbors. Communication is a huge portion of this. There's a lot of fear, and we're worried about this because we don't know what's going to happen. And so today I'm going to go over a couple of the different items that we have available to provide support. We have a team here. We will have a team throughout the week wearing green shirts. We are here to provide mental health support to you. Feel free to come up and ask any questions. It's not just about mental health. Just if you need to be linked to something, talk to someone, just have a conversation. Please feel free to come up and talk to us. We have a couple different support lines. We have the crisis hotline. Apparently this one's not working anymore too. We have the crisis hotline at 1-800-991-5272. We have the local mental health provider or behavioral health provider, which is College Community Services, at 1-760-499-7406. I'll repeat these again, so you can get them again. And then finally, we have the Crisis Stabilization Unit at 760-463-2880. So College Community Service is your local behavioral health provider. And so if you need anything from them, feel free to contact that number, which again is 760-499-7406. And the stabilization unit is just if you need something, you're kind of feeling a little more intense. These earthquakes have put a lot of pressure on all of you. It is an anxiety-provoking thing, and as everyone mentioned, it's a normal reaction to have a response to this. And so if you feel the need that you need a higher level of support, please call the 760-463-2880. There are also several different services that are available to you online. You have apps available, but one particular one I would like to mention is the Smart 911 app. It is a way for you to provide information directly to local emergency response. So if something like this ever happens in regards to anything, they know what to look for. If you have an animal, if you have a sick parent, if you need medications, it's a way for them to have information ahead of time that will help them provide more effective, prompter services. Thank you all. You are all doing an amazing job, and feel free to contact any one of us if you need any help. Thank you.
Next speaker is Kern County Supervisor Mick Gleason from District 1.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'll be quick. It's great to see so many people here. It's been great to see so many people engaged in the process, from taking a tour of the devastation and the damage with Congressman McCarthy, Senator Grove, and Assemblyman Fong, to conversations with the governor, to talking with the White House, Senator Feinstein's staff, Senator Harris's staff. Everybody's engaged. Everybody wants to help. Everybody's looking for ways. And the common thread in all those conversations is, how can we help? Let us know. So the job for us is to report those needs, and the job for you is to make sure that we understand what those needs are so that we can accurately report those. So please get involved. Any damages, any issues, don't be afraid to come up and talk to somebody and report what the situation is, and we'll come and figure out what's going on. I want to thank a couple people. First, the most impressive, the two things that impressed me about this whole event is, one, it's that it's difficult to see the damage driving down China Lake Boulevard or driving through the neighborhoods in Ridgecrest. It's tough to see the damage, but we know it's there when you open the door. And that's one of the issues with earthquakes, is that sometimes it's difficult to see visibly see the damage, but it's there, and we know that, and we're communicating those things to the proper authorities. That's one big item. The other big item, the second one thing, is I kind of got to guarantee you, Mayor Breeden has put together one heck of a plan. Her and her staff have been phenomenal in how they responded, how they are constantly supporting this community. Remarkable. Her whole staff, including the chief. I want a couple real quick things. I want to send a special kudos to Kern County. I'm very proud of my Kern County. I'm very proud of the response to Kern County, from the EOC to the firefighters to the sheriff's department to behavioral health to public works departments to environmental health to public health to behavioral health. All these issues and all these departments have weighed in and are committed to seeing us through this event. Just because we have left this particular stage of this disaster doesn't mean that we're fully through the whole process yet. We need to recover, and then we need to be prepared in case recovery changes it back into something else. And I just want everybody in this room to know that Kern County is fully, completely committed to seeing us all the way to the end zone. I want to also throw out a special kudo to the Red Cross. This is my second time being with an emergency of this magnitude. One was with the Erskine fire a couple years back. I'm sure many of you have first-degree exposure to that. The American Red Cross is the best organization when it comes to this kind of stuff. These people are loving, they're caring, they're there, and they're fully committed to you, the persons in need. So feel free to participate with them, and when you see somebody at the Red Cross, or when they're asking somebody to volunteer, or they need some donations, or whatever you can do, the Red Cross is a worthwhile organization. We're still not out of the woods. We know that. We know that there are dangers lurking ahead. We don't know what Mother Nature's thinking right now. We don't know what tomorrow will bring, but we do know this. Mayor Breeden has us prepared, and I'm proud to be a member of this community. Thank you.
Thank you. So I did forget one for PG&E, Eric Kirk.
Good evening, everybody. First thing I want to say is, as we responded here, what an amazing community that you guys have here. The support that you've shown us and our employees as we've worked around the clock to assess our systems has just been amazing, so thank you for that. Sorry about that. My name is Eric Kurtz. I'm the Director of Gas Operations for Maintenance and Construction for PG&E, and I'm also the Director of the Operations Emergency Center for this event. I just wanted to give everybody kind of an update on what we're doing to assess our system. And first of all, the safety of our customers, employees, and the communities we serve is always going to be PG&E's highest priority. PG&E has been on the ground since the initial onset of the 6.4 that occurred on 4th of July. We mobilized employees up here immediately to begin assessments. I'd like to clarify that PG&E provides gas service to Ridgecrest, but we do not provide the electric services in this territory. It's Southern Cal Edison, who I'm sure you've noticed been up here doing an amazing job as well. There's no major customer impacts that we've identified so far as a contribution to our assets. We have found not very many, but a few leaks that have already been repaired. As some of you may know from the jackhammers that have been going off in the middle of the night, we've been responding immediately to all findings. However, I just do want to make sure everybody understands this is still remains an active situation, and we will continue to do these surveys on ground and through area patrol. We are doing visual flights over all of our gas systems as well as LiDAR flights to do comparison visualization of any earth movement that may not be apparent from walking on the ground. We are evaluating the areas where the fault lines cross our facilities. We do have high-pressure transmission lines outside the community that supply the community to the distribution system. There are 2 locations where there have been fissures that have opened up across the pipeline, and we are doing evaluations on what the stress factors are on those pipes. We currently have determined that the condition is safe for operation. However, we are planning some excavations to do visual inspections on those lines as well. And as we move throughout the system, we'll be making any repairs that we find at that time. We remain engaged with multiple agencies and stakeholders supporting the response effort, and we'll have more information to share in the coming days as we learn more. We are going to continue to survey every single service to every house and every main in the street for the entire system, and we will do that more than once. As I'm sure you are all aware, we're still having a little bit of shaking here and there, so we'll continue those surveys to make sure that we don't have any additional issues that we may have missed the first time or any new damages from any additional earth movement. I do want to give a little safety reminder. For safety reasons, there were a lot of gas services that were shut off at the meter. Some of them were shut off by customers, some by emergency services, your first responders, and some by PG&E employees due to the conditions of the homes. Quite a bit of damage in the mobile home parks where we've done shutoffs on some heavily damaged buildings. Some of those shutoffs your houses may not appear to have any damage and you shut them off for safety reasons. The one thing that I do want to say is please do not turn your own gas back on. We have employees here ready to respond should you need gas that are trained to do safety inspections of your appliances and validate that you do not have any house line leaks when we turn your services back on. The one thing that I will give you, the contact for that, if you do need a safety inspection of your appliances and your house lines or your gas turned back on, please call 1-800-PGE-5000. That number again is 1-800-743-5000. We do have employees that live and work in your community that immediately responded to this even prior to us calling them to action. So I do just want to say our hearts and prayers are with you all. We're here to serve. We're here to support. And let us know if you need help, and we'll be there for you. Thank you.
Next would be Assemblyman Fong.
All right, let's try this. Does this work? All right. Well, I want to thank you all for being here. First, I want to commend the mayor. I want to commend the supervisor, your police chief, Cal OES, all the first responders. Their response to this was tremendous. Not many communities can say they've sustained and persevered through a 6.4, a 5.5, 7.1, and of course all of the smaller earthquakes that have occurred. And so I will first say this. The Ridgecrest, Trona, Indian Wells Valley, we're a family. And we take care of each other. And so no matter what happens moving forward, we will walk alongside you every step of the way until everything is completed. And so I know there's a lot of anxiety and worry in the community right now. I've talked to a number of folks who've lost their homes, their mobile homes. I know they're trying to explain to their children, what's going on. And so there are services available. We will provide them for as long as necessary in this community to make sure that the anxiety fades away as best as possible. But rest assured that we are here to help and to take care of everyone here in this community. This community is a very special place to me. And so we will do whatever is necessary to make sure this community is rebuilt and is made whole. So it is important, as the police chief said, that we understand all the damage and everything that is occurring, has occurred over the past number of days. We are meeting with state officials, with federal officials. I've gotten off the phone with all levels of government to try to understand what's happening. So from the hospital to the base to everything within this area, as we understand everything that's happening and all the damage that needs to be fixed and remedied, we need to make sure that we understand everything that's going on in the community. And so please email me. Use the email, use the website, call the city, and of course let us know everything that's happening. And of course, if you have any questions for our office, you're more than welcome to call. We have an open door policy. Call our office, write, email. Our phone number is 661-395-2995. And you can reach us, of course, on social media and everything else that comes with that. But we have the Red Cross. For those veterans who are out there, we have the Vet Center here that will provide assistance as well. You can see their, I guess, their RV trailer out in front of the Kern McGee Center. But this community has supported our military. They've always risen to the occasion. And I have no doubt in my mind that you will tackle and rise to the occasion for the challenge that has occurred before us today. And so, for me, I just want to be here to support you. I know that all of us here want to make sure that everything is done to make sure that you're taken care of. And if anything is not happening, you let us know, and we'll take care of it for you. So thank you, and God bless.
Thank you. For Senator Shannon Groves Rep, Tracy Reynolds.
Hello, thank you for having us here today. I just wanted to come up and introduce myself. I'm Tracy Reynolds, and I'm the Constituent Services Director for Senator Shannon Grove. I'm joined by Dominic Hayden, who is our field representative. Many of you have probably recognized him. He's been here since Friday, been in the community, been with you all, and he has done a good job. We want to start by saying thank you to all the first responders who have sacrificed their time to ensure the safety of our constituents. That's you. We have been so moved by the coordinated efforts of local, state, and federal agencies that have all rallied together during this state of emergency. Mayor Breeden, Vice Mayor Martin, Supervisors Gleason and Levingood, and all the heads of the agencies and local law enforcement has kept our office up to speed and have been responsive to all of our inquiries, and we are very appreciative of all involved. I wanted you to put a face to a name so you know who to contact if you need services of any kind. You've heard from everybody else that you can get services from. You can also get services from us. As you look for assistance rebuilding your homes, replacing vital documents, requesting assistance with state agencies, and even finding a ride to the DMV, I am happy to help in any way, shape, or form. Our office works closely with Assemblyman Fong, Congressman McCarthy, and all local electeds, and we are here to help. I have packets with me that detail what constituent services we provide and includes my contact information. So please stop by the table out front and to speak to Dominic or I and let us know what your needs are, or let anybody here know what your needs are. We are all here to help you. We know it will take time and money to rebuild, and rest assured Senator Grove will be here with you every step of the way. Our constituents are the most giving in the state. Just today, they've poured into our district office with donations of water that will be being delivered tomorrow here and over in Trona. I'm so sorry, over in Trona. We actually have 4 semi-trucks that are on their way to Ridgecrest and Trona right now, full of water. We want to help facilitate any needs that you have, so please contact us. Our phone number is 661-323-0443. And as Senator Grove also gives out her cell phone number, I do too. So if you need direct contact, my cell phone number is 661-428-0821. Thank you for having me here today. I look forward to connecting with you all.
Next, Congressman McCarthy's representative, Clayton Fowler.
Good evening. Like you said, my name is Clayton Fowler. I'm the field representative for Ridgecrest and portions of Eastern Kern for the Congressman. The Congressman has been monitoring this situation very closely, working with our local, state, and federal partners. For more details, please contact our Bakersfield office, or for assistance, our Bakersfield office at 661-327-3611. We will also be across the parking lot on Tuesday at the City Hall if you'd like to speak in person for mobile office hours. We'll be there at 10:30. So please feel free to reach out to our office or any one of the other elected officials' offices. We all work very closely together, and we'll get you the support that you need. Thank you.
Next would be Mayor Peggy Breeden.
I can't say thank you enough. We are an amazing community. I know what most of you are going through. I don't know what all of you are going through, but I know we have heroes in this community, heroes who have done for others before themselves, people who have said, count me in. I'm willing to work. I'm willing to donate. I'm willing to fix up. I am there for all of you. I am going to ask some of you to please, if you have family that is out of the area and they don't know your neighbor's phone number, get your neighbor's permission and give that number to them. We've had so many calls saying, I can't get a hold of my mother. I don't know what's going on. Please give that to your immediate family so we can avoid that situation and the worry that brings to them and to the families involved. I'm also asking all of you to go check on your neighbors. Go 4 houses down on either side and ask, are you okay? Do you need anything? Sometimes just because you're okay, you assume that they all are okay. They may be not. I heard from Councilman Heyman a story where the family couldn't get a hold of one of his neighbors. He went down there and the lady was transported to out of the area to a hospital. She is alive today because somebody cared enough to say, count me in, I will check. That is our job. That is your job. This is this community's job. And I'm asking you to listen to the people who are here offering services. They are here for you. This is your time to say, I need help, help me. And if you don't tell anybody, it is on you. You must respond and let us know what you need and how you can be helped. There is so many opportunities. There is community banks that are offering low-cost interest rate loans. There are volunteer groups that are saying, I will go out and fix your home. We've had an offer of $50,000 anonymously of people who need help to fix their home that don't have insurance or their deductible was too large. I'm asking, if you need something, it is your job now to speak. I also want to say one of our largest heroes, no, that's not fair. Chief, you are not large. But you and your team are amazing. Our incident commander, Chief. In my mind, he's our largest hero. I thank you. I want to say one more thing. We are a great community, and you know what? Ridgecrest rocks! Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You are amazing. Thank you. Ridgecrest rocks. Thank you.
Okay, before we go on to questions and answers, this is going to be hard to beat. That was pretty awesome, Mayor. We just received a paper earlier from Searless Valley Minerals. This is a facility recovery announcement to all Searless Valley Minerals Incorporated employees. Following the recent earthquakes, SVM is working with its insurance providers and engineer firms to evaluate the best approach to make those repairs needed to resume full production safely and quickly. Concurrently, SVM is coordinating with government agencies to restore essential services to its facilities and the Trona community. Only essential personnel are being granted access to the SVM facilities at this time. Only those employees who have been contacted by their managers directly will be granted access to the SVM facilities during the periods of Monday, July 8th of 2019 through July 10th. If you have not been contacted by your direct supervisor manager, you can presume that you have not been requested to appear at the SVM facilities during the periods. All SVM employees will be paid during these 3 days periods according to their regular work schedule. Only those employees whose name appear on authorized entry lists will be granted access to the facilities by security. All entrance to and exit from the facilities will be through the security main gate. And this is from the Director of Government Relations and Public Affairs, Arzel Hell. So we're going to start with question and answers. Obviously, we've got to have a little bit of a time limit here. We have been everybody that's been standing, I really appreciate, again, the patience and what you've been doing to be able to listen to a lot of the great information that our speakers have been given. So when we give a question, just please raise your hand. We'll send over a person to talk. At least about a minute of a question, if we can, per question and answer. We will have, at the end of this, we will have an area time to where you can have a one-on-one questioning with all our speakers. Our speakers will be out here. We'll have some of our PIOs here to be able to answer questions if needed. So.
Good evening, everyone, and yes, we can do this. My question is, with the lack of transportation, public transportation, for people that are disabled, we don't have the door-to-door, and even to get to a bus stop is difficult. Cabs are expensive if you can get one. Is there something that can be done about that? Some kind of carpooling to get us through this?
Okay.
And that's a huge question, I know.
It is. We'll see if, Chief. So the question is people that are disabled and transportation for bus transportations on the area, is there a way that we can have somebody there to be able to assist with any type of public transportation?
Absolutely. To get here, was that correct? Say it again.
Well, it's transportation to get to these appointments. I haven't checked my house. You know, I've wanted to wait till it stopped shaking.
Sure.
That's not going to happen for a while. Let's be real. But, like, I need my house inspected. My back's broken. I can't get up and inspect it. I can't probably climb under either.
Okay. Yes. What we've offered, several people that we've called to either get here or back to the residence. It must be me with these mics, but if you need a wheelchair, then we can use our transit buses. If it's something like that, and then I'll take you in my car. I don't care. Well, if not mine, then we will figure it out.
Everyone heard that, right?
You got it. Hey.
Thank you.
Just call. We will get you if you need a ride here for the meetings or whatever, we'll figure it out. So even if I have to come pick you up myself. So
My name's Teresa O'Malley.
Teresa,
Nice to
all
meet
right. I got you. No problem.
Thank you. My name is Jonathan Schmidt. I live in Trona. I'm going to make this real quick. First of all, I'd like to thank the utilities, Southern California Edison and PG&E for coming out and doing a really good job getting our power and gas back on. Next thing, there's a bunch of people here in the Ridgecrest community that have helped out tremendously, bringing over supplies, water, stuff like that. If there's anybody else, I know that there's been a lot of questions about what we need over there. Direct those questions to our Trona Neighborhood Watch page on Facebook. That's where we're directing our communication. So if you have any questions about what we need and you would like to help and donate, please feel free to get on that page. Throw those questions out there. We'll answer them. We'll get you an idea of where to take it to. And thank you for those that have already helped. You guys are amazing. The representative from San Bernardino. After this, I'm going to get with you. I've got a list of stuff that I know we need right off the.
All right, good. And we want to make sure, if you'll let us, help use your page to push out information that we have, send it to you. You can push it out. There's another Trona page that has a lot of traffic. We'd like to get information out. I know the people in the community, you have a lot of followers on your page, and we'd like to work with you on that. Thank you.
All right. I'll come see you in a minute. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Bob Stark. I'm a manufactured home park owner and a dealer, and I was going through the parks, and there are quite a few homes on the ground that they're not inhabitable. Is there any kind of help for those people?
So Chief McLaughlin will be answering that for you.
We've reached out. This became a topic when Congressman McCarthy was here, and because mobile home parks are they fall under some different guidelines, so it can become confusing. So Lauren Skidmore, I believe Mr. Fong's office, that's who she works for. She is becoming well aware of a lot of these laws, and her and I have been talking back and forth on it. So we will have some answers on what we can do with the mobile home parks. So we will be pushing that information out as we get it. Oh, he's got some.
We have actually meetings in Sacramento this week to address this very issue. So we're going to try to find some remedy to try to make sure that we get these mobile home parks, at least maybe some resources there to get them fixed as quickly as possible. We're working on this week. We're meeting with some folks in Sacramento to try to resolve a lot of these regulations and try to get some relief to fix these mobile homes.
My name is Javed. I'm a small local business owner. My question is, whoever the appropriate person, the losses we have because of this unfortunate event, any city, state, or federal government is doing something, the loss we have because of this unfortunate event. So whoever the appropriate person, please let us know and what for that.
The local assistance center, which will be open shortly, is going to be especially your one-stop shop because you're wanting to know which of the city, county, state, federal, what are all of the things that are available to you, including insurance companies. That will be your opportunity to go in there, speak one-on-one, sit down with each of them, fill out the forms with individuals that can assist you with those forms, and that way you can do it in a streamlined and efficient process, and that will also help you get back to normal.
Norman Alexander.
We went through a 6.4, a 7.1. I don't care about church and state separation. Can we have a moment of silence and prayer?
Thank you. My name is Frank Montenegro. I've lived here 10 years with my family. I just got off the line a little while ago with a friend. My home was pretty badly damaged. It was knocked off the foundation. Aside from that, I just got off the line with a chaplain friend of mine, fire chaplain. He's been working with Billy Graham's Samaritan's Purse for 13 years. They have a team coming out probably next Monday or Tuesday. Is there a phone number, sir, that I can give them so that they can know what's needed prior to coming down? Thank you. Thank you.
Getting my steps in. So yes, just have him call the police department and have him ask for Captain Dampier, and he will set that up and he can notify him. Or even if you want, my email address is on the city webpage. You could do that also, and I will pass that information and communicate back and forth with them. Just know that right now I'm probably getting about 400 a day, so I will get back as soon as I can. Thanks.
Really quick, we also have Steve. If you want to talk directly to them, these are chaplains from Kern County, and they will be providing it. So if you want to connect directly with them, they will be able to give you more information on those types of services.
Hi, my name's Chris. I am too disabled. I have to walk 30 minutes to a bus stop to catch transit. Is there a way that they can come door to door for us disabled that live 30 minutes from a bus stop, like this elderly lady asked?
Yeah, just like we told Teresa, when we're having the meetings, when the LAC is open, give us a call. We will figure out a ride for you, okay? And please notify us what kind of assistance you need so that we can bring the proper vehicle. Whether if we have to get a hold of Bard's guys and bring a bus, we'll do that. And same offer goes to you. If I got to bring my car, I'll bring it. So thank you.
So we have time for 1 to 2 questions left, and then after that, we'll close out.
I'm just curious, my name's Shelley. If all the services you're offering, are they free?
Chief?
Just stay up there, Jed.
Question again, please. Yes, they are. Services are free. Sorry, I didn't see where the question came from. Otherwise, I would have. Oh, yes, thank you. Next question. What's that? Can I come in my personal vehicle? Honey? I'm going to need a bigger budget. Where at? Yes, sir.
My name's Yusuf O'Day. I'm a resident of Ridgecrest for 30 years. I want to thank everybody, thank first responders, thank our government officials for everything they've done, thank the community of Ridgecrest and all with their assistance. Just some information, we have had people from the local community drop off money to our business at Beverage Drive-Thru. We have about a $250 to $300 budget right now for any first responders, anybody that's come out to volunteer from our local officials. For any drinks, I know you guys are out there in the sun, so we do have a budget there for you guys. And if you guys also need any use of our parking lot or our area with your guys' vehicles, you guys are more than welcome to do that. So any first responders, more than welcome. There is a budget there from our local community that have made donations to you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
So we have one for one last question.
Hi, our whole neighborhood, the gas was turned off.
Microphone.
It's a PG&E question. She says she lives near Fairview and Lost Floors, and the gas was turned off in that area, and she's wondering when it would be turned back on.
Is it a mobile home park? Okay, so maybe come and give me your location after the meeting. I'll stick around for a little while to answer questions. You give me your address. But generally, if you have issues with gas that needs to be turned on or off, the 800 PGE 5000, we do have dispatchers that have been assigned directly for this incident, and we have field personnel standing by here in town ready to go and see if we can turn it back on or not. Thank you. There's some differing situations out there that we have in the mobile home parks. We do have some mobile home parks that are on something called a master meter. So our services go to the master meter, and the mobile home park owns the gas facilities within the park. If there are buildings that have been red tagged, we'll have to have the mobile home park make those repairs before we can turn it back on. So it is a case-by-case basis. But we did proactively shut some of those off after the 7.1 in anticipation for major damage in those parks. So feel free to call, and we'll do the assessment, and we can give you direct information for your specific location on information if it's your landlord's property that needs to be repaired before we can turn it on, or if we can take action to make repairs to get you turned back on. We do have crews on site ready to roll too if we need to repair our facility.
No, I just want to clarify. I had 2 or 3 people write in and say, for those who couldn't be at this meeting, how could they see this? And then the information officer is saying it's on the Ridgecrest PD site, correct? Yeah, okay.
Which, yeah. Did you have a question? Yeah. Since I don't know the answer, go ahead and email that to us, and we will get it to the appropriate people. And then once we find out, I will reach out and find that answer out, and then we will put something out and get with the, oh, never mind. Here we go.
He talks too much. He might be large, but he talks too much. Yeah, we'd be glad to hear if you call my office. We'll take care of you. Mick Leeson, I'm the county supervisor, so let's work through the county, and we'll keep it that way that we can get to you quickly, resolve it quickly. So pass the word out there. If you're in the county and you have a problem, my office is your point of contact. Thank you.
Okay, last question.
Thank you. I just wanted to let all the first responders know that we really, really appreciate all of you who have come out. I do have a question, though. With the growth that Ridgecrest has experienced in recent years, do you see a need for more than only 2 fire stations in our city? And when was the last time that was assessed?
Chief? I'll let Chief Mitchell answer that one for you.
You know, of course, we're always assessing that. Currently, we do respond to the calls as we can with our 2 fire engine companies, but that's stuff that goes down to the city manager and our chief, and then also, of course, between the board of supervisors. All I know is with the call volume we have, being a local battalion chief, I know we're constantly bringing in resources to assist, but I do know, to answer your question, we are looking to that. I do know with the natural disaster, the magnitude of 7.1 we were faced with, I feel like our men and women did an excellent job at trying to assess calls as they came on. So I know post, this is something we can always look at. learn from, and then adjust and adapt and see where we need to grow and if we need to add additional resources.
Mayor?
I wanted to say one more thing. In the process of wanting to thank all the alphabet soup agencies who were here, and I'm not going to name every single one of them, I did promise the Indian Wells Valley Water District, contrary to what some of you are reading on Facebook, they are up, working. There was no need to do anything. There was no interruption of service, and they are the agency that provides water to most of the Indian Wells Valley. So I thank them for their service and their ability to do that.
Thank you, Mayor. So we're going to close out. We have our lead PIO that's been here since day one. He's going to close out this issue. Go ahead, sir.
You remember back in May when the big old weapons were exploding of the explosives for like the whole day and the whole night? I remember that. My house in Argus shook every time it was like a sonic boom type. Now they did this for a whole day and a whole night. I think maybe they created the disaster not knowingly, but I think maybe they created it.
Okay.
You guys remember when there was explosion up there in the room?
All right.
You remember?
So, you know what? It sounds frightening, but I missed it myself. But thank you for your concern. Yeah, definitely. Thank you. Thank you. So I wasn't going to get out of here, I guess, without saying something. So thank you. Thank you very much. One thing I would definitely like everyone to know, I know that it didn't occur throughout the town hall meeting here this evening, but we have Cristina Camacho here who would like to express something for our Spanish-speaking individuals in the community.
Hola, muy buenas tardes. Aquí ahorita hay muchos recursos para que ustedes puedan agarrar los números de teléfonos que son importantes si tienen daños en sus propiedades, en sus casas, en sus hogares. Por favor, si tienen preguntas, yo voy a estar aquí en este lado. Y vengan a verme y los ayudaré para poder agarrar los recursos que necesitan. Ahorita hay agua, hay mucha gente aquí que les puede responder sus preguntas y yo voy a estar aquí como intérprete para poder ayudarlos a agarrar esa información. Muchas gracias.
So if you don't speak Spanish, she was explaining in Spanish. She's here for those who need a Spanish translator. So there we go. This will conclude the town hall rather, but I would like to say I am astonished at the resiliency of this community, but also the sense of humor that somehow is still here. And along with that, we need to clarify some marital status here, ladies. He's offering you a ride, but the chief of police is happily married. So there we go. Thank you very much for being here at the town hall meeting. We're still available for you. We'll be available in the days and weeks to come. Take advantage of this opportunity to speak to these individuals and to network with each other so that you can receive assistance from these agencies as well as your neighbor. And be safe and have a good evening.